A warm welcome to online class. Happy to see you all in this class. So, the previous class I have completed up to Unit 4, Prose and Poem. Now we are moving to the Supplement Reader. Take your textbook, Supplement Reader, page number 132, Unit 4. Take a book, page number 132, With the Photographer, written by Stephen Leacock. Okay, take the page number 132. Okay, now before moving to this supplement reader, let me ask you some questions regarding the photograph. So you are all very good at taking photos in your mobile, right? So you are very happy of taking photos. Okay, how many of you have gone to studio to take photograph? Mostly all might have gone, right? For taking your passport size photograph, you might have gone. What is the experience you have in this studio? They will ask you to smile. They will ask you to change your head from right side to left or left side to right. Put your heads up, they will say. Yes? So are you happy when they are saying these all the things? Are you getting irritated or you are happy? Yeah, few members will be, you don't like them saying these all the things, and few members thinks that your photograph will be very good if they are asking you to do this all the things, so you'll be very happy to do the actions, right? So here in this lesson with the photographer, Stephen Leacock is going to the studio and he have a lot of experience with the studio man. Okay, the man is telling to change your face like this, keep your face straight. So this is all the experience, what it is making, whether it is making happy or irritated, that experience cannot be forgettable for Stephen Leacock. Okay, so that is the supplementary here. So let us move on to the about the author and then we will move into the lesson. Okay, take page number 135, about the author. So with the photographer, the writer is Stephen Leacock. His full name is Stephen P.H. Butler Leacock. Okay, so shortly we will call Stephen Leacock. And he was born in the year 1869, that is in December 30, and died in 1944, and the date of 28 March. He is a Canadian writer, and till his age of 74 he was alive. And he got his educated in Upper Canada College, that is the Toronto University. He has completed his educations, everything, and regarding that we will read and we will see. Okay, so about the author, Stephen P.H. Butler Leacock, F for SC. So what is that F for SC means? That is a fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. So he is a member of this society. So he is a F for SC we will call. And he was born in the year 1869 and died in 1944, was a Canadian writer, political scientist, writer and humorist. So he was involving in the political also, so he was called as a political scientist and also humorist writer. So everything what he has written, everything will be have some comic, and he is very humor. He was educated at Upper Canada College in Toronto and the University of Toronto, from which he graduated in 1891. So he has completed his course in Toronto University in 1891, and he received a fellowship in political economy and took his PhD in 1903. So then he took the course, another one course, that is political economy. He took the course and he has completed his PhD in the year 1903. Between the years 1915 and 1925, he was the best known English speaking humorist in the world. So in these years, underline the word 1915 to 1925. These years he was given the famous for humorist speaking in English. Okay, so the world humorist speaking in English person is Stephen Leacock. He is known for his light humor along with the criticism of people's follies. So some people will be doing their foolish act in some places, right? So he used to criticize that act. So anywhere you will be doing a silly attitudes. So that everything he used to criticize and he used to write, so it will become as a comic one. So only he is called as a humorous writer also. His works are sunshine sketches of a little town, underline the works everything, Arcadian adventure with the idle rage, economic prosperity in the British Empire, the dawn of Canadian history, moonbeams from the larger lunacy, the unsolved riddle of social justice, my discovery of England, wit and dry humor are some of his brilliant writings. So these all the works he has written, and he is having 11 children, and his father name is Peter Leacock and mother name is Agnes Emma Butter Leacock. Okay, so this is about the author Stephen Leacock. So now let us move on to the supplement reader. So before moving, let us go for the warm-up. Photographs capture memorable moments. They fill us with nostalgia. Nostalgia means what you look like, usual or ordinary or a natural way what you looks like, that it will be reflecting in your photograph, right? So this reflections is a very memorable one for you. So always you used to collect some photographs, right? From your childhood school photographs, or whenever you are moving to some places, or your memorable days, these all the pictures you might have, right? So this one only we are going to discuss the following question. What are the occasions when photographs are taken? So you can go for writing in the column. So first one example is given, birthday parties. Okay, so the occasions where you usually take photographs are birthday parties, right? Okay, so any other places you take photographs, write that occasions. Wedding occasions, you can write your own answers. Wedding occasions, going on a tour or picnic, you used to take photographs, you can write that. Or dinner with your friends, you will be taking photographs. Ear boring function. What is that ear boring function? When you are small kid, they used to put earrings, right? There is a hole they used to drill. So what is that? Kaadu kuttu, right? So that is called ear boring function. So that time also they will be taking as a function, and photographs will be taken. Okay, to remember that. Okay. So what are the things you know? You can write it in that column. The next one, why are photographs taken? What is the reason you take photograph? So example is given here. To freeze our favorite moments. To always remember the favorite moments, you used to take photographs. Any other thing? To recall your young face. So in childhood, how you wanted to recall. So usually you will go and show to your parents or friends that see how I looks in my childhood, you will be showing, right? To recall your young face, you used to take photographs. Then to recall the happy occasions. So in childhood, these functions or some functions when you went, see I took this at this marriage house, you will be showing, and to recall that occasions, you will be taking photographs. To know the growth of babies. So first birthday how she was or he was, second birthday how they are, so third birthday, so the growth of the babies, they will be taking the photographs, right? Okay. So any other thing is there means you can write there. Okay, now let us move on to the lesson. So it is clear about the photograph, for what reasons you are taking, what occasions you are taking, and the situations when you are taking photographs, what are the things you have faced will be here. Okay, so now let us move on to the lesson. Here is a story with the photograph where the narrator visits a studio to have his photograph taken. His experience with a professional photograph turns out to be an unforgettable one. So this is unforgettable one he wanted to tell to you all, that a professional studio man, okay, professional photographer is the So when you go in front of the professional photograph, there will be lot of changes rather than you are taking selfies, right? So when you are taking selfies, you never bother, whatever it comes you will be taking and deleting. But when you are going to this professional photograph, there is some rules and regulations. He will ask you to sit in this position, he'll ask you to do this actions. So all the face expressions, everything he will be telling in a different way, right? So this all the changes what you have to do, you have to follow that in the studio. Okay, so that is an unforgettable one for Stephen Leacock. Okay, so you also may have some unforgettable moment, right? So like that here Stephen Leacock's unforgettable moment only is going to be explained in this lesson. Okay, so now let me read and explain you. I want my photograph taken, I said. The photograph looked at me without enthusiasm. He was drooping man in a grey suit with a dim eye of a natural scientist. But there is no need to describe him. Everybody knows what a photographer is like. So now the author Stephen Leacock, he is going and telling to the photographer, I want a photograph of mine. So I wanted to take something like that. He went and said, but the photographer is looking like he is not like very enthusiastic, was not very much interested to take photograph. He is very dull and looking. And how he is a drooping man. Drooping man means little bending down. So he's some persons will not be able to stand straight. A little drooping man means it is saying about bending man. And he is wearing a grey suit. So underline the grey suit, and his eyes are dim. Okay, it is so when you are seeing some scientists and natural scientists, they will be always concentrating on their works, and they will be looking, their eyes all will be little dull, right? So like that his photographer's eyes are looking. And but there is no need to describe him. So we don't want to describe much about him because we are not interested about the writer. So the photographer. So we are not going to tell about him much. And everybody, you people knows what how the photographer will be. We knows, right, with your camera, and they will be waiting to tell some instruction to you. That actions they will be there, right? So sit down, he said, and wait. So he said, you wait there, I will come, like that. He said to sit in one place. I waited an hour. So how many minutes? 1 hour he was waiting in the place. So that moment what he started to read some magazines, everything what was there. So what are the magazines there? I read the Ladies' Companion for 1912, the Girls' Magazine for 1902, and the Infant Journals for 1888. So there was 3 magazines, Ladies' Companion magazine, that is in the year 1912 it was published. And the Girls' Magazine, it was published in 1902, and the Infant Journals, it was published in 1888. So these 3 magazines was there. He read all those things and he was waiting for that for an hour. So underline the magazines, what are the things? He read that. I began to see that I had done an unwarrantable means wrongful or illegal, not needed thing in breaking in on the privacy of the man's scientific pursuit with a face like mine. So what the photographer is, he is clearly observing something in the face of this author. Okay, so what Stephen Leacock is feeling that he is an unwantable guest. So when unwantable guest comes means we will not be much happy, right? So like that only the photographer looking like he is not much happy because the face is not much clear for the photographer to take. So Stephen Leacock's face is not much happy for the photographer to look. After an hour, the photographer opened the inner door. So in the studio there was 2 doors. One door the photographer used to go and will adjust all the camera and everything, he will do it. The other place, the man who is wanted to take the photograph will be seated there. So that place he is moving. Come in, he said severely. So not eagerly, very severely he is saying, come in. I went into the studio, sit down, and said the photographer. So when the writer went into the studio, what he is telling? He is telling to sit down. I sat down in a beam of sunlight filtered through a sheet of factory cotton hung against the frosted skylight. So Now he went and sat there. So inside that room, what is that? Beam of sunlight was filtered. So from one small hole or something, the light will be coming in. You might have seen in the studios there will be some umbrella, everything. So that light, it should not come directly towards the person's face. So what they will be doing, they will be hiding with a screen. That is like umbrella or some screens they will hide for the lights. So like that, a beam of light, it is coming through that. A sheet was there. So from that it is coming. And against a frosted sky, light means the weather was like a freezy point, so that everything it wanted to change it in a normal way. So this all the setups was there in the photograph. The photographer rolled a machine into the middle of the room and crawled into it from behind. So now the photographer, what he's doing, he's rolling the machine. That was the. It's not like this old nowadays modern days. The camera, everything is very small in size, easily carryable, portable, right? So they can carry wherever they want. They can take the photographs easily and they will be sending, right? But in the olden days, there was a very big machine. Okay, there was not a small camera. It will be carried in a very big room. Okay, they will be rolling that camera, everything with the set, everything they will be rolling in the center and they will be taking the photograph. So the photographer, what he is doing, he is rolling the machine into the room of the center place, and he is crawling. Crawling means how the baby used to crawl, no? Like that he is crawling it behind the camera. He was only in it in a second, just time enough for one look at me, and then he was out again, tearing at the cotton sheet and the window panes with a hooked stick, apparently frantic for light and air. So now he went inside and he looked through that camera towards this writer, author. When he had just one look itself, what he is doing, the man is coming out very fastly, okay, because he cannot stay back more than the few minutes in the same room, because there is no light inside the room where the photographer is going to take. So he is like a frantic, means like a mad. He wanted to rush out and come back. Okay, so like that. So first he is looking into the author's face. He could not take the photograph, so he is rushing out and he is coming out. Then he crawled back into the machine again and drew a little back cloth over himself. This time he was very quiet in there. I knew that he was praying and I kept still. So now again that man, what he is doing, he is crawling back. He is not running. That room will be small. Where the photographer is there, that room will be small. So he is removing that cloth, black cloth, everything, and he is putting on his own side. Because when there is a photograph is taken, if the light falls on any other object, what will happen? That object also will fall in the campus photograph. So what he wanted to do, he wanted to cover himself, because if the light falls on himself, his photograph also will be there in this photograph. So what he wanted to do, he wanted to cover himself with a black cloth, and what he is doing, he is going inside, and this time he didn't rush out and he didn't come back. So what the author is thinking, he is thinking that the photographer may be inside and still he is praying there. So for a few minutes before taking the photograph, there will be a small prayer, like that the author thought that, and he is waiting in the same position outside. When the photographer came out at last, he looked very grave and shook his head. So after a few minutes, the photographer is coming out, and he looked very grave. Grave means very serious in condition. His face is so not satisfied about the writer's face. So he is grave, serious, and he shook his head. So when we are not satisfied with some object to take the photograph, we will be shaking the head as no, right? So like that, he is shaking his head. The face is quite wrong, he said. So what is the reason of this grave, serious? The face is not much clear to take. So he is telling, so some pictures, if the photographer is taking, they will be very happy to take. In the first shot itself, they will be able to take the pictures very clearly. And some images, they will never be able to get it properly. So they will be taking retake, and retake is going on. Right? So now the photographer is coming and telling, your face is quite wrong. It is not good at all, like that. He is coming and telling. The writer, what he is telling, I know, I answered quietly. I have always known it. So the writer, Stephen Leacock, is telling, I know about my face. It is not much quiet to take a photograph. I know. that it is my wrong face. He shied. Shied means very breathing out very heavily when there is some hard work you have done and you will be telling no breathing in and out you will be doing like that. He shied. I think he said the face would be better 3/4 full. So the photographer is telling if the face is comes inside the camera, that pictures are there no inside the screen, it is going beyond the screen. So if it is comes of the 3/4 of the frame, it will be good, he says. For that, Stephen Leacock is telling, I am sure it would, I said enthusiastically, for I was glad to find that the man had such a human side to him. So would yours? In fact, I continued, how many faces one sees that are apparently hard, narrow, limited, but the minute you get them 3/4 full, they get wide, large, almost boundless in. So now very enthusiastically he is telling, so every day the people used to come to take a photograph, is it? So how many of you might have seen that everything is in a perfect way? Whether all the persons came in a proper way there is a 3/4 face without being broad, without being very large or without getting wide. How many persons they came in a correct way? Very narrow one and very limited one. Like this, any persons came to you like that? He is asking a questions to the photographer. But the photographer had ceased to listen. What ceased means? He is not interested to listen to the writer what he is telling. Ceased means stop. He stopped to listen. He came over and took my head in his hand and twisted it sideways. I thought he meant to kiss me and I closed my eyes. But I was wrong. So when the photographer what he is doing, he is coming. Usually the photographer will come and will raise your head up or twisting the side by side will be twisting. No, so like that. The man is coming near to the Stephen Leacock and he started to twist one side to the other side. But Stephen Leacock, what he thought, when the man is coming near to him, he thought the photographer is coming to kiss the writer. So he was shocked for 1 second, but the shock was wrong. He was not coming for that. He wanted to make it in a proper way. So that only he came. So that thought was wrong. He twisted my face as far as it would go and then stood looking at it. So twisting the face and again what he is doing? He is going to the position and from there he is watching whether the face of the Stephen Leacock is correct or not. He shied again. So again what happened? He is having a long breath. He is not able to satisfied because of this photograph. I don't like the head, he said. What he is saying? This head is not good because I couldn't take it into my photograph. Then he went back to the machine and took another look. Again he is going back to the machine and he is saying, open the mouth a little, he said. I started to do so. So now he is telling, slightly you have to open your mouth. You are closing your mouth is not good for the photographer. So what you have to do, slightly you open your mouth, he is telling. So the author also, he started to open the mouth. Close it, he added quickly. So when the writer is started to open his mouth slightly, what he is telling, suddenly close, don't open. That is not good, it is better than the other one. Then he looked again. The ears are bad, he said. Droop them a little more. So again he is going and looking into the machine and he is telling, your ears are looking bad. So you have to droop them. Droop means you have to hang down weakly. So some ears will be standing straight up, like rabbit's ears, right? So this everything you have to droop little more. Thank you. Now the eyes. So when the writer is, author is putting his ears little down, not much straight, he is telling thank you for that. And now it is your turn for changing your eyes. You have to roll them in under the lids. So what he is telling, put your eyeballs under the lids. Put the hand on the knees, please. So he is telling to put the hands on the knees. And yeah, that's better. Now just expand the lungs. So now after keeping the knees, hands on the knees, he is telling to expand the lungs. The shoulder should be much broad, he is expecting. So hump the neck, that's it. So now you have to hump your neck also. So these are all the corrections he is making to do it. and just contrast the waist. Aha. So he's happily laughing and telling, just contrast your waist. That waist also you have to make it into a small in size. I still don't quite like the face. It's just a trifle too full, but. So trifle means bitter. A little bitter. You have to keep it quiet. So it is not much correct. Little bit you have to have your changes too. I swung myself round on the stool. So he is moving on the stool again and again, and he was doing all the actions what the photographer was said. Okay, so the remaining paragraphs we will see in the next class. Okay, up to this paragraph what I have read in the page number 133, explained one. Once again you people read and come back. Okay, the remaining paragraph next class I will take. Okay, thank you students.